Dad, why aren't you clever like those people on that Eggheads quiz team on telly? And I went, Eggheads? Eggheads cleverer than me? That's not clever, son. All they do is memorise facts. Memorising facts isn't clever. It isn't clever. It's just cocky. Anyone can memorise facts. He goes, Dad, what's the capital of Paraguay? I went, Spain. There's a load of intolerance in society, isn't there? Most of it coming from my Uncle Dave on Facebook, to be honest. This week, you know, he's intolerant towards women, intolerant towards people of different faiths and different cultures, people of different sexualities, you know. And this week, it turns out, he's also intolerant to lactose. Yeah, it couldn't happen to a nicer fella. Flipping lactose, coming over here, infiltrating our yoghurt and our custard and possibly our cheese. Flipping lactose should go back to where it came from. Did you mean the cow, Dave? Did you mean the actual cow it came from? Because personally, I think that would confuse the cow. Oh, flipping lactose, giving me the most uncontrollable wind, making me trump like a buzzsaw in Asda and almost have a massive accident in my pants. Ugh. I'm no longer manager of that branch. People have been asking me, what's it like to prepare for a Skype interview? Is it not a bit weird? And I think, well, no, not really. I work in IT. I've been working from home for years. And IT people do interviews like this all the time, but I thought today I'd make a bit more of an effort, you know, so I've shaved, bit of product in the hair, shirt and tie, obviously. I mean, clearly, you know, no one needs to see what I look like from the waist down, so no need for shoes, or socks or trousers, or even pants, to be honest. But actually, just to be clear, for the avoidance of doubt, I am wearing a very snug, comfy, and very crisp set of new jersey boxers. Just one of a pack of 4 that I got from Asda. None of your tat. So I'm wearing those, and oh, actually no, I'm not. I'm not wearing them at all. Yeah, I thought it was a bit breezy, to be honest, coming down from the house to this shed earlier. But you know that the neighbours don't really look anymore, and the police aren't that bothered. So. I mean, if I was the cat, I wouldn't want to come back either, the way I shouted at him. I mean, we've had a difficult relationship. There's been, like, challenges and stuff. Yeah, and I try to communicate with the cat, but it's not easy, you know, it's not easy. A man at my time of life. So I had to sit the cat down and apologise, you know, and try and come up with some way that we could kind of coexist in a more productive way going forward, you know. And I said, Cat, there's a reason I shouted at you. So just to let you know, so you learn next time, gentle, beautiful creature, I understand that you were trying to be affectionate because you're cuddly and beautiful, but when I'm in the front room in my pyjamas on all 4s and I'm just innocently brushing some dust off the Blu-ray player and you sneak up behind me, never, I repeat, never again put your nose there. Memorising facts is not good enough, son, without some other degree of practical application to assist the process. Like when you were at Pizza Hut for your 8th birthday party and Auntie Linda got some baguette stuck in her throat and she was choking to death. You want a medical professional helping out with that, but somebody at least trained. You don't need someone who knows facts. Oh my God, Auntie Linda's choking, Dad. What are we going to do? Fear not, I am Chris from the Eggheads, and I was Brain of Britain in 1980. Chris, thank God you're here. Please, could you help us? Auntie Linda's dying. Do you know the Heimlich manoeuvre? Know the Heimlich manoeuvre? Of course I do. It was pioneered by Dr. Henry Heimlich in 1974. He was the first person to describe it. It's a form of abdominal thrusting. Chris, she's dying. You don't understand. She's gonna die. Well, of course, today is the birthday of former Brighton and Hove Albion skipper Steve Foster, who, as everyone knows, Chris, will you stop with the football trivia? Will you get? Oh, I'll do it. Oh yeah, well of course, base, stop it. Come on. 1, 2,000, 2, 3,000, 3, 4. Oh look, come on. I'm calling it time of death. So, just out of bed, ready for another day of homeschooling. I'm doing brilliantly at learning algebra, to be fair. My son's got me all set up to take a practical food science exam later on, which is going to involve all kinds of creative uses for eggs, possibly a whisk if I'm lucky. And I can name all of the US state capitals if I don't drink too many glasses of wine, that is. So I'm quite pleased with my progress in GCSE random. But I do have an Achilles heel. It is history. My son said to me this morning, so I've got to do an assignment, Dad. I've got to do a piece of work where I chronologically set out key events in history, and can you help me? And I went, well, what I would say is the whole universe was in a hot, dense state. Then 14 billion years ago, expansion started. Right. The Earth began to cool. The autotrophs began to drool. Neanderthals invented tools. We built a wall. Math, science, history, unraveling the mystery. It all started with the Big Bang. And my son said to me, Dad, those words sound quite familiar. Is it possible that you have attempted to brazen your way out of this situation by merely quoting to me lyrics from the theme song of a popular American situation comedy? And I said, well, yes, mate. To be honest, hands up, you caught me. But you know what? I don't want to look foolish in front of you, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I'm actually fundamentally quite a stupid man. You're far cleverer than I am. And I'm a bit embarrassed about all of that and some of the choices I've made during my life, where my career's going. To be honest, I think the wheels have come off my life, and I don't want you to look at me in years to come and go, do you know what, Dad was just the most rubbish role model a boy could ever have. And he looked at me and said, Dad, no one told you life was going to be this way. Your job's a joke, you're broke, your love life's DOA. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. And I go, look, can I stop you there, son? It's a bucket list thing, I suppose. You know, there are things that, you like to do before you die. So in my case, it's jump out of an aeroplane with a parachute attached to me, do an interview, at least semi-naked, take Darcy Bussell, Dame Darcy Bussell, in fact, for a cheeky Nando's. Not that that's possible, of course, because of the restraining order. But that's going through the courts as we speak. So anyway, sorry. Enough about me. What's the first question you'd like to ask me? I think you've dropped out.